Hello friends, this is Amritanshu Vajpayee again, and today we are going to discuss one of the sample sets regarding the analysis in our software of Astrometrica. So first of all, before taking into consideration the new set that I have introduced to you about, we will be doing it, let me go to the file menu and talk to you about a thing. So as I have clicked over the file menu, you can see there is an option which is activated right now, which is the view MPC report. And let me see what it is. So as you can see, this is the entire MPC report of the previous video in which we were talking about the previous set. So this entire MPC report is still intact. Now what to do to get rid of these lines? Because if we continue from here, what will happen is the new object that will be analyzed, it will be mixed with this MPC report. So two image sets, they should not be mixed at all. One image set has got its own data, the second image set has got its own data. So you have to take care of the very basic fact that two image sets, they should have two MPC reports, they should not be mixed up. So as a precautionary measure, once you analyze each and every image set, what you have to do is you have to reset the files. Now once you reset this MPC report.txt, photoreport.txt and astrometrica.log, click over yes, and now you see there is no MPC report or photometry file or log file that has been in existence up till now. So everything will start afresh. So what you have to do is, after doing one image set analysis, you reset the files as a precaution and exit it. Else, while opening, it will give you a prompt that do you want to reset the files. If you do not want to continue with the previous sets, click yes, the files will be reset and it will be a fresh beginning for you. So now let's load the images. Let me move to that place where I had saved my images. To this desktop, I suppose I had saved it. Let me go to the place, and here is that image set that I was talking about. So I am just selecting the entire 4 images, and what I will be doing is I am arranging them in a perfect manner so that you can all see it. First step is astrometric data reduction. So let me go for astrometric data reduction, and the shortcut is Ctrl plus A. It will take some time. Don't get intimidated by the fact that it seems not responding or a cursor gives a round and round movement. Don't be, you can say, under any pressure also, because sometimes the network connectivity is slow and sometimes the processing is slow. So this is the data reduction result, and someday we will really talk about these technicalities associated with the data reduction results also. So let me close this table for a time being and move to the next step, which is our known object overlay. Here we search for anything known or anything which has previously been talked about in the sky frame that has been captured and presented as the image set in front of us. Let us see what lies in our store. Here it comes. As I can see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 objects that are being displayed in the known object overlay. So now let's go to the third part, which is known as the blink current images. So this is the blink utility. A fifth window or a blinking window is open, and let me zoom it in. I am clicking it over twice, and let me see if I am able to do the things correctly, if everything falls well into the place. So here it comes. As you can see, what we have to do is, first of all, after doing the data reduction, we have done the known object overlay. After doing known object overlay, we are blinking the image. Now here comes the point. Manually scan each grid, each square, because each image is being divided into a grid of 4 rows and 4 columns. So you scan each square grid manually one by one to look for any moving object. Now this any moving object will contain basically 3 types of objects. or in fact if you see the nomenclature wise, you will feel there are 4 or 5 types of objects. 3 types of objects means the objects with the 7 character designation, the objects with 5 character designation, and the unknown objects or unidentified objects. And there will be seemingly a few subdivisions of the 5 character objects also. The 5 character objects, they may be a lowercase letter followed by 4 digits, or an uppercase letter followed by 4 digits, or all the 5 characters, they are digits only. So all these things, they have to be taken care of, and we have already talked about the fact that we will not be providing our team designation to these 7 character designations or the 5 character designations. They should be submitted and they should go into the MPC report with their original name, as they have been specified as the objects in this Astrometrica software after their known object overlay. For the previously unidentified objects only, we will be giving what? Our team designation, our team name. That will be again a 7-letter designation, where first 3 will be the alphabetical code that belongs to our team or that belongs to the participant, followed by the number of the object that is under consideration. Number means if it is the first object discovered by us, it will be 0001. If it is the second object, it will be 0002. If it is the 10th object, it will be 0010. If it is 100th object, it will be 0100. If it is 2000th object, it will be 2000. So in that manner, and all these numbers that I have been talking about, 10, 1, 2, they will be preceded by the team code. So the complete designation will be, for example, IND is my team code or my personal code. It will be capital I, capital N, capital D, IND 0001, IND 0002, IND 0010, IND 2000. So in this manner, the designation will be given for the unknown, unidentified moving objects which you see in your image set. So now, without wasting any time, let's proceed further for the manual square by square scan and see if there is any surprise in store for us by the help of this particular Astrometrica software, Blink utility and the manual scan. So as we can see, in first row, first column grid, there is only one moving object, K15OB6X. Now, before going for the analysis, we already know it is a 7-letter designation, a preliminary discovery. You can say it has already been given a designation. Don't worry, but still we have to analyze it, and if everything falls into place, you just include it in your MPC report as it is. So let me stop the blinking on the strike of image 1. I have stopped blinking. I will zoom it into it again for a better view, and I will go near the object and let me see what is there for this object. You just note down the parameters somewhere down the table. I will show you the table also. You can make it on your computer. You can make it in your diary in the beginning in order to analyze the things, and once you become an expert, you need not maintain and you can say a written record for it. Now the R value is 21.4. This variation of capital R, it should not be greater than the range of 1. SNR value is 6.4. It should be greater than 5. As we can see, it's 6.4. It's acceptable. Now you see the graphs. There are 2 types of PSF graphs, and these PSF graphs, as I have already talked about in a layman's language, these white dots, they should be clinging properly to this red band, and as we can see, they are clinging to this red band in a patterned manner. So this is also an acceptable thing. Now you have to note about what this capital R is all about and how it is varying, and SNR variations correspondingly in the coming images. So now down R value is 21.4. Let me reject it for a time being and move it to image number 2. Put my crosswire over here, and graph is a bit spread out, but still it is under a pattern. Now you see capital R has gone a change from 21.4 to 21.2. So it's a variation. SNR still above 5, it's 6.3. It's very well within the acceptable range. Let me move to image number 3. Click with putting the crossbar over here. Now the graph has become a bit broad, but still it is, you can say, a very well okay. SNR is 5.6, verifiably okay, very well above 5, acceptable. R value is 20.8. The minimum value that we have encountered up till now is 20.2. If I remember, R cap maximum value is 20.8. Still it is in the variation limit. Let me go for rejecting after rejecting it, let me go for image number 4 also. And let me see, it is a bit diffused part. So what you do is go step back, step forward, step back, step forward to see which your object is. This is my object, where your object is, which is your object, this is my object, and here is my object. So it is almost okay, that is despite this white dots spreading out a bit, but still they are spreading out in a patterned manner. So you can take it, it's almost okay. SNR is again 5.7 acceptable, R value is 21.6. So now let me see what we have in store for us regarding these values. So this is what which I had maintained exclusively for you. This is our particular first row and first column. In this image set we had got 4 images, and after analyzing it, what we got was SNRs were greater than 5. The minimum R value was 20.8. The maximum R value was 21.6. So the entire variation range was still 0.8, which is less than 1, and graphs were also okay. PSF fits I am talking about. So this is an acceptable object. It is a true signature. So no name change should be done in your MPC report. It should go as it is. So now we will proceed on further with the MPC report preparation. So what we will do is, we will go a step forward to image number 1, put our crossbar here, go for the object designation. It is because we have already seen our object properties, so no need to think over it. In the object designation, see for the object having the right ascension and declination very near to that particular object, which is almost 0. So here the first object with the same name as our red object is, click OK. Now since this is a 7-letter designation, as we have seen in our after known object overlay, don't change the name, keep it as it is, accept it. Go for the second image, again repeat the same procedure, go to that object, go for the object designation, click over it, and after clicking over it, you find the nearest object in that object identification, click OK, don't change the name, being a 7-character designation already, just accept it. Go to image number 3, repeat the same procedure yet again, go for the object designation. We have already verified R and SNR, so no need to go for the things. Select the nearest object, click OK and accept it. Go for object number 4, image number 4, sorry, and then again you see the object designation as it is. In this object designation, go for the nearest object having right ascension and declination, which can be as equal to 0, so it will be the same object. Click accept. Now if you see the MPC report, go to the file, click on MPC report. All the 4 lines, as we have seen, they are being included into this MPC report.txt. Now I will zoom it out a bit and let me see if there is any moving object by doing the blink facility in this particular image square. No, there isn't. There is not any object at all. So now let me move forward to the second square, first row, second column. Now here in this particular first row, second column, you cannot see any particular moving object which can be of that order. Now there may be a few objects which may be present here and there. Let me stop the blinking. This may give you a sense of movement, this particular object. If you move further a bit, again further, there is one more object which appears. This may also give you a sense of movement. But are they really moving objects? So what I have told you in the identification of the true signatures, there should be a path that you can see. They should be available in at least 2 frames. There should be a sense of movement, a particular direction of the movement that should be associated with them, and also their magnitudes should not vary. After analyzing their point spread fits and also their SNR values and R value variations, then only we specify them as true signatures or not. Now if you blink it and you see that after this one point, where does they go? One image it appears, 4 not there, 1 not there, 2 it is there, in image 3 again not there. Now you see here, this object which appears below, image 4 it is here, in 1 it is not there, 2 it is not there, 3 it is not there, only 1 it is there. So it is mainly because, maybe because of a instrumentational defect or a turbulence, this object has appeared. Because of the interference of light, it is also a case. Now I will show you one more object. Let me zoom it in and let us see. Now this object which I am pointing out to, this object may also give you a sense of movement, but can you call it a real movement? Now you see, if you go for the analysis of the properties, you will find them exact, very well properties. But friends, if you call an object moving, you should see it moving. It should be moving. And I have already told you in a lighter note that moving means it should be seen jumping. Now you see, while the others are seemingly static, it is moving on a very high note. Our 7-letter designation object, our K15OB6X, it is moving in leaps and bounds. Now if you see, what do you call this movement? It is just going beyond the side of a plate, or maybe due to just the movement of the instrument or so. These are a few false movements which you are seeing. So this is not a real movement at all. So be very careful while analyzing the objects. Don't fall into the trap of the objects which may give you a sense of movement, but they are not moving. Moving means moving. You should see it moving. While you may find others as a bit static, that object should be seen moving. This is the real way in which we track the movement. So now again come to column number 3 and column number 4 of the first row. Again there will be an object which may give you a sense of movement. Now you see this object. In image number 2 it is there, 3 gone, 4 gone, gone. Now let us see, if I stop this and I click over this object, now you see what type of a graph it is. There are the different variations to this graph available, SNR, R, but what you have got to compare with. And if you see the right side of the graph, it is not at all clinging to this red line. So this object ought to be rejected, and in particular this is not an object also. So these all are the things that you have to very well take care of. Now let me start the blinking and let us see the fourth column also of the first row. So as I can see, there is no movement of any object at all. So now let's come down to the second row and let's begin with first column here. Second row, first column. So what we have to do is, we have to stop a bit, scan manually. Now here you see, again an object appears. I am stopping the blinking in image number 2. If you find it moving, it should be there in some other frame also. Now let us see. Gone. Not available in any frame at all. So, and this is the object on the upper side which is present in this corner. It will give you a sense of motion of an object. But do you really find it moving? I don't find it moving. No considerable change in x and y coordinates for this. Now let's come to the second row, second column. Now this is an object. Here it will appear image 4. After image 1, 2, 3, no appearance. Rejected. Now here it comes. This is an object where it is gone in next frames. No reference. Here also many things you may find it seemingly moving, but they are not the true signatures. So they are either the false signatures or they are not the objects at all. Now let's move to second row, third column. So here what we can see is, after doing our known object overlay, we were able to find 2 objects with a 5-character designation. So remember, if these are confirmed as far as the properties are being analyzed, don't give your name to that particular object. Keep this 5-letter designation as it is. So I am stopping the blinking at image 1, clicking on this S5875, and let me see the properties. Beautiful PSFs, beautiful graphs, R value 19.1, SNR is 25.0, SNR acceptable, and let us find the variation of R. I am rejecting it, moving it to image number 2. Here it comes, 19.2. So very little variation. SNR is very, you can say, acceptable, huge range. So I will reject it. Graphs are also beautiful. Let's go to image number 3 and you see, putting my crossbar here, beautiful graph. SNR is 20.6, very high, above 5.0. R value is 19.0, not such a considerable variation. Now here it is, clicking it over again, putting my crossbar and see beautiful graphs. R value is 19.2, SNR is 23.6, SNR is acceptable. I am rejecting it, minimizing it, and again opening my Word file where I had opened everything for you all and I have written it for you. Now this is the object that I was talking about, S5875. So here the SNRs are all in the acceptable range. All the SNRs are accepted because they are very well greater than 5 in all the 4 images. R value, you find the minimum R value. Minimum is 19.0, maximum is 19.6. So the variation belongs to 0.6 and the graph is also okay. So this is a true signature. Everything is acceptable. But remember, since it is a 5-letter designation in your known object overlay already given, don't change the name, keep the object as S5895 only. So I am minimizing it again and again going to my Astrometrica, and so what we will do is we will again move a step forward, go to image number 1, put our crossbar here, and after putting the crossbar here, what we are going to do is we are just going to go for the object designation. Now in this object designation we should find the object that is nearest to this particular as far as the object is possible. So we are finding RA index in the range of 0.1, so we are clicking it and don't change the name, keep it as it is, accept it, go forward, single step forward, put crossbar here. We have already seen every property, we have already analyzed each and every property, so no need to go into detail. Click over it, click OK, accept it. You again move forward, go to image number 3, go for the object designation. No need to go for such details of the property already analyzed. Select the nearest object, measured position after seeing them, accept it, don't change the name of that 5-letter designation, keep it as it is, 5875 only. Click on this object, again see beautiful graphs, everything is there. Go for the object designation, click on the 3 dots that you are finding, it will search for the objects and here you find out the nearest object, select it and don't change the name, keep the name as same, which is the 5-letter designation, accept it. Now you see the MPC report. After seeing the MPC report, this is what you are going to find about. This 5-letter designation object will be there included in the MPC report as it is. So this is what you have to really think about. Now let's move forward, keep blinking. There is another object which is seen moving, M0364, and then again if you try to find any object which is known or unknown in this particular grid of third column of this one second row, you will not find any object moving. So let's stop at image number 1. Image number 2 I have stopped. I will go a step back. I am stopping at image number 1, putting my crossbar here. After putting my crossbar here, I will go on to the object designation. I will cancel it, don't worry. I will just see the value of R, it's 18.9, note it down somewhere. SNR is acceptable, 28.5, note down 18.9. I will reject it, move a step forward, go to image number 2 and see it's 19.0 now, a variation of 0.1. So minimum is 18.9, maximum is 19, SNR is beautifully above 5, it's 30.6. So it's in the range, the graphs are also beautiful. Now move to image number 3 and let's see what is there. Again is 19.3, 18.9 minimum, 19.3 maximum. If you find out the difference, it's 0.4, acceptable. SNR is 23.8. So graphs are also beautiful. So for a time being reject it because we have one more image to follow. In that image number 4, if you go for it, you just click over it, it's 19.0. So you can see the SNR is 25.5, acceptable. Everything falls into place. The graphs are beautiful. SNRs for all the images, they are greater than 5 and the variation in capital R, it is less than 1. The minimum value being 18.9 and the maximum value being 19.3. So what we have to do is, now you will just have to accept it by bringing it from image 1 to image 4. Now bringing the crossbar again to image number 1, everything has already been analyzed, so don't worry. What we will do is, we will go for the object designation, select the nearest object, that is in the terms of array index, and don't change this name, this particular name. See that whether this name is there, M0364. If it is M0364, since it is a 5-letter designation given already, don't change the name, accept as it is. Move a step forward, go to image number 2, put your crossfire there. After putting the crossbar there, click over the object designation, and after doing the object designation, click OK. Because you have already seen the properties, accept it, don't change the designation. Go for image number 3. In that image number 3, go for the object designation again, because nothing is to be analyzed for the properties. We have already seen the properties, and so see the nearest object, find it, select it, click OK. Don't change the designation of M0364. Go to the 4th image, and in that 4th image again you put your crossfire there. Again select the object designation. Everything is already functional, everything is already functioning OK, and so now you click OK. Go to M0364, accept it, and now you come to the MPC report. Now here you see M0364, all the 4 lines are here, and the 3 objects, they are now really being synced into your MPC report. Now you start blinking it again, and as far as manual scan is concerned, now you try to scan manually this particular 4th grid. Now you see there is an object that is seemingly moving in image number 1 and image number 2, but where does it go in image number 3? Now I am stopping it, I am just putting my crossbar here, and I am just trying to find it. Now you see the graph. SNR is okay, 32.6, R is 20.0, we need a second value to confirm it, but you see the graph, it's okay towards the downside, but when you move up, it's spread out. There is no white point clinging at all to this red band, and here also along this line there is a breakage in the graph, so you cannot consider this object at all. Now you move to the second image, and after the second image, if you click over it, the same problem. If you see the middle portion of the graph and all, it means in spite of being a better SNR 46.1 and R variation of only 0.6 or be less than 1 between the first image and the second image, it means it is not the true signature of the object, because we have to see all the 3 things are there. Now if you go for image number 3 also, where it is gone, absent, it means for 1 and 2 it was some sort of a defect or a turbulence or an unwanted entry to this particular image grid, which we were not intending to find about. So there is no moving object that can be said to be detected in this column 4, row number 2. Now coming to this third row, analyzing it manually again. Now you see, if you go for the analysis of this particular object, this particular row and particular column, again you will be seeing the same sort of the things. This will again be verified, this have to be verified under image number 1, image number 2, image number 3 and image number 4. If you find it moving, you very well select it in your MPC report, select the object and put it there in your MPC report. Simultaneously manually scan this particular object also. Now here let us go for the image analysis. I am telling you this is image number 1, B0661. It is a lowercase b followed by this. So graphs are good, SNR is acceptable, R is 21.0. Move to image number 2. See now 20.9. So it's the variation of 0.1. SNR is good, graphs are good. Again you see 20.6. So 21.0, it's the variation of 0.4. Graphs are good, SNR is good, and now you move again forward. If you go to this, graphs are good, SNR is acceptable, R value is 21.2. The entire variation of R for this particular range is quite acceptable. So what you have to do is, again you put your crossbar here, again you go for it, analyze it, select the object, and in that object identification you select the nearest object, that is it, and don't change the name because it is a 5-letter designation. Again accept it, move forward, put your crossbar on this image 2. Now we have already seen the analysis of all the images, so no need to worry about the things. Just select it, do OK, accept it with the 5-letter designation, move to image number 3, go for it, select, see the designation, do OK. Everything is there. We have already seen the properties, SNR, R and the PSF graphs. Select the nearest object, click OK. Don't change the designation, check it whether it is B0661, it is here, so accept it. Go to image number 4, again for a final time, go for this image. Don't select this object because this is not the object that you are looking for. Go for the object designation, clearly and very carefully find your object, click over the nearest object, do OK. In this B0661, you accept it, and once you see your MPC report, again this B0661, all these 4 objects, they are near to you. So here it comes, again you do the blinking of the image. Now in this second grid, here you see there are a few objects which may give you a sense of movement, but if you clearly see, if you see very carefully, I will just zoom it in for you. In this row number 3, column number 2, there is an unknown object which is moving. Now you see 1, 2, 3, 4. In all the 4 images it is moving, so I am stopping it for you in image 1. I am just analyzing the property. Let me see. Now you see this is the object that you seen was seemingly moving. R value is 22.3, SNR is less than 5, and the graphs are very poor, very spread out. So let me go for image number 2. In this image number 2, if I click over the graph, click over the object, the graphs now seem a bit okay, still a bit spread out, but SNR is 3.9. In previous it was also less than 5, here also it is less than 5, R is 21.5. So now let us see what lies in store for image number 3. Again graphs are a little spread out, but okay, but see how low the SNRs are, again 3.7. So it has to be rejected, but now still I am going for you to show how it will be seen your image number 4. Spread out graphs, everything is spread out, R value is 21.6 and SNR is 4.1. So despite the fact that this unknown object is moving in your frame, what you have to do is you have to reject it. Don't associate any emotion with any object which is moving, but still it is not finding your way into the parameter. So this unknown moving object is a false signature. So up till now we have had 4 true signatures and 1 false signature in the movement. Now you see this object. This particular object is seen moving in 3 frames, so it is really acceptable. So now to see analyze the properties, we will analyze it for the 3 frames. I am stopping the blinking for the first frame, and let me see what we have it in for the store. Here it comes, R value is 19.5, SNR is acceptable, greater than 5, graphs are good. Move to the next one, click over it. Previously it was 19.5, now R is 19.6, variation of 0.1, SNR is again greater than 5, acceptable. So the graphs are again very good. So you reject it for a time being, move to image number 3, and you see again the graphs are beautifully good. R value is 19.9, SNR is 17.5, greater than 5. The variation of R is still under the acceptable range. Now if you try to see for the 4th image, this object goes behind the plate or behind this cross, this lining. So it means that you will not be able to analyze the property. If you click over it, it will say floating point division by 0. Error is there. So don't go for it. For the 3 image sets, you have analyzed it and you have found the properties concordant with the acceptable parameters. So what you do is you put your crossbar there, go for the object designation, and this object is already got a 5-letter designation. You select the nearest object and see that whether this object which is shown here has got the same name here, and this name should not change. Accept it as it is. Move to image number 2. Again put your crossbar here. After putting the crossbar here, everything is acceptable. So in that acceptable range, what you are going to do is just select the object from object designation, select the nearest object, click OK, accept it, go to image number 3. In that image number 3, again you do the object verification, you select the object designation. In that object designation, what you have to do is select the nearest object, select it, and see after the name appears whether it is same as that of the object after known object overlay. Accept it. Go for image 4. It's not available. You cannot find it. So what you have to do is now you have to see the MPC report. 3 images, 3 lines, 3 lines. No need to worry. So it is 3 lines here. So 3 lines here. So what to worry for? It was available only in 3 frames. Now you see we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 true signatures, and one of them is a 7-letter designation and 3 or 4 of them are 5-character designations. So let me start blinking and let me see if in this final column of third row is there any object that is moving. There may be fallacies in the movement, but right now there isn't any. So let me move to the fourth row and see for the first and the second column if any object is moving or it is seemingly moving. So there are different types of objects like this which may give you a sense of movement, but they actually are not moving at all. Here also there are different streaks or splinters that may appear, but they are not moving. So you have, I suppose you have now got an idea by now what is a true signature, not a false signature. Now you see this is again a false signature. This is not a considerable movement. Movement means it should show you moving. It should seem moving. Now this is the movement in third column. Now this is not the movement. In the second column, this is not the movement. The movement is what it seems to move up. You get to see whether it is jumping on a lighter note, whether it is running while others are still standing, or they are, you can say, crawling. So this is a movement in this third column. Any other object moving? No. And this is an unidentified object. So luckily you have got one discovery at your disposal, original discovery of yours. I am stopping at image number 1 and let me see if it is a discovery or not, whether we have to accept it or reject it. So going to this, R is 21.0, SNR is 6.2, acceptable range of SNR. Let us see R how it will do. These graphs are also good, so we will reject it for a time being and move it forward and note it down the parameters also. Now here R comes 21.1, the graphs are good, okay. SNR is acceptable, 8.5. So let us see the third image. In the third image, what happens is again the graphs are good, SNR is acceptable and R value is 21.2. Note it down somewhere the R values because we will see the variation. Come to image number 4, see the graphs, good graphs, SNR 5.9 acceptable, R value is 21.0. Now what we will do is somewhere down the line we will study the variation of this particular object. Now moving to this fourth row and fifth column number 3. So what we are going to do is, this is our image where SNRs are acceptable and you see the variation in R. The lowest value or the minimum value is 21.0 and the maximum value is 21.2. So the variation will be only 0.2, which is less than 1. So this is a true signature. So you can provide your team designation to this particular object. This is what I just wanted to bring in front of you as an indicative affair. So now what you can do is you can give your team designation to this object. So let us bring it to image number 1. I am just putting my crossbar here. Be very careful when you are assigning your image designation. Go to the object designation. Now you see, you will get to see that same object or any other object which you had known. All these 3 objects, they were reported by you. But don't worry, select the nearest object, click OK. And this object is not that object that you had seen it. The 5-letter designation this, so you should replace this 5-letter designation object and put your team designation to it. For example, IND. In previous image set I had analyzed one image with 001, so here it will be 0002. IND 0002. I accept it. After doing the acceptance, I go to image number 2 and I click over it. I go for the object designation. The properties have already been analyzed. I have shown all those properties to you. I put it as a packing fraction and I replace all these 5 dots to you and I put my name IND 0002. Be very careful in naming. Any mistake, all your hard labor will be gone. You will have to do the MPC report again. Here it comes. Go for the object designation and now you see select the nearest object, go for OK and change the name because it was an unknown object. So it will be IND 0002. Again select it, image 4, go for the object designation. In that object designation, what you have to do is select the nearest object, go for IND0002, the same name that we had thought about. All the 4 images are over now. Now you see the MPC report. Here it comes. This is your object that is displayed at the top. So this was the designation that I was talking about. So up till now, how many true signatures? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 true signatures, and in one moving object we have discovered a false signature. So let us do the blinking again and see if there is any other object that is seen moving in front of you in this last column of this last row, fourth column of fourth row. There is no moving object. So now what we can say is everything is finished, everything is gone, and now I will just close it and I will give you an impression how your images or reported objects they look like which have been reported in that MPC set. So let me open it for you. Sorry, by chance I had closed one of those images. Let me zoom it in. You will see a fundamental difference. Now this was the object that was appearing to all of you when it was shown in the known object overlay in red. Once it goes into the MPC report reported manually by you, it becomes circle with pink and the name also in pink. Now you see here also, let's come down and let's go to that particular row. Now you see these red objects, these red names are being those that are identified in the known object overlay, and this is the name that has been given to you. So you can cross verify it whether you have got it right or not, somewhere any mistake is there or not. You see this object also the same name. Now you come to the first column, you see here also one object is there, and the most awaited object which you may be waiting for, your unknown object which you had designated a name. There is no red name nearby it. You can just zoom it, you can just see it. Here it comes IND0002. So this is what that you have to do and take care of all the things about. You can just close it, and before closing it you can just copy this entire MPC report, and I would request you to save it somewhere down the line. You just copy it. You may close this MPC report. Either you can submit it over the portal, or at the same time I would request you to save this report after copying it somewhere in your record file of say MS Word or Notepad, whichever software which you want to use, and it will be of great use to you. So we will discuss about all these things later on, why I have told you to save this report and all the things, and in the coming time we will be talking about those image sets where we will not find any object moving, or if at all, if any object is moving, they are false signatures. Hope you have enjoyed a bit longer video this time, and you will learn a lot regarding the image analysis. This is the way in which we analyze the images by using the blink utility and manually scanning each and every row and every column of the image that is available as 4x4 in the form of row and columns. Thank you. Thanks a lot for spending your precious time with me.